This is Mandy with Two Sisters Gardening, and I know it's been a while since I've updated anything since it's been raining and it's been a mess in the garden because I'm in the middle of a project, but I thought it's been a couple weeks, I needed to go ahead and update you guys, so here we go. So I have these red romaine lettuce that were just wilting really badly under the sun, and this is actually significantly more growth, but also the weighing down of the leaves right now is just from the rain that we've gotten a lot the last few days. And I have some Swiss chard in the middle, and there's 3 different varieties of radishes in there. They're all growing a lot better underneath my little overhang by my front door. And garlic, these 5 buckets of onions, they're all doing pretty okay. And then I've got this pea plant that has just gone crazy. I've got a ton of little babies on there. There's one right there. There's one right there. And you can see all the flowers. They're just about to start really come out. Yep, there's some there. And then I have these guys, cherry tomatoes, that after investigation we found 7 new babies in here.
1, 2, 3. There's one right there.
It's kind of hard to see. Can you see it? Alright. So these are a really bushy tomato plant that are hard to get around the leaves because they're so
together.
Yeah, they're so compact. That's the word. And then I have my Parks Whopper that has been sitting on the vine for a while. Excuse me, Chloe girl. These guys are huge, and they are just taking their sweet time getting good and ripe. But I mean, this guy's probably the size of my palm right here. He's pretty big. And then I've got some baby yellow pears down there. These pickles, well, cucumbers, they will be pickles in my world, are finally coming along. Got a couple of flowers. Super exciting. And these little baby transplant tomatoes that they were dying in the cups. Like I said, you'll have to excuse my mess. I've had to rearrange quite a bit. So this is my Cherokee purple, and it looks like I've got a baby right here. Finally, far enough off the ground that it can produce. These beets right here and right here are just going to town right now with all the rain. Here's some more of my will be pickles. And then I have 2 different varieties of green beans in here. See? Got a decent sized bean right there. Some babies. But you see, this one is vining. It's doing really well on this trellis. It's almost to the top. But there's another bush variety in there that is taking its time growing. I also have a purple bean that I've got to find where they're at. There we go. There's a little baby one right there. But look at these big ones back here. Look at this guy. And then there's another one. So, I can't really get to it. Nope, can't see it. Anyway, I got some good growth on those. This is my monster yellow squash. He is just super bushy right now. That is going to be another beefsteak, I think. And my 4 more cherry tomatoes that my daughter is just super stoked about. We pulled the carrots this morning just to see. They were super leafy, but they might have been 1 inch long, and they really weren't colored, so we'll have to try again later with those guys. I did pot up from the little tiny cups here, my chives, catnip, sage, cilantro, barely hanging on, parsley, purple basil, thyme, that's a tomato plant, and I think this is oregano. Maybe that's oregano. No, this is rosemary and this is oregano. That's what it is. And then I've got these 4 tomato plants that got them in waiting for this 8-foot bed and this 8-foot bed that need to get filled with dirt and sticks and drainage stuff. So that's kind of what we've been working on, is getting these beds going. And because I've had them in the hot sun and in a cup for so long, this is my bok choy. He's decided he's done. He's gonna go to seed. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with these guys. Probably have to start over. There's another one doing the same thing. But the rest of these guys are kale. And hopefully I'll be able to get these in the bed pretty soon. I have some broccoli that I'm not quite sure is going to do well. Some of those looks like somebody's gotten to, huh? So here's my watermelon patch. I have about 6 different plants in there. That is a zucchini, I believe it is. I'll have to double check that because I have a few different squash leaf sort of plants. Cantaloupe, zucchini, yellow squash, pickles. I keep saying pickles. It's cucumbers, Mandy. And so I'm not sure exactly which one of those. Oh, butternut squash also has been planted. This is my Velvet Queen sunflower, and I'm so excited. It's about 1.5 feet off the ground right now. And then this is my 2 dwarf sun-spotted sunflowers. So they're coming along. I've collected a few more plants along the way, as you can see. Those pots over there. Right here is my favorite succulent. It's called a ruby slipper. And it is just, the lighting just doesn't do it justice. It's just brilliant red. And then this is my few extras. I had to repot these because I had them in the wrong soil. They were in just regular garden soil and they need a lot of drainage. So I had to make my homemade mix of sand and extra perlite and garden soil. And these are just the funniest things. They grow everywhere. They're called Chinese dunce caps. And since I've repotted him, he had so many babies. It's hard to keep track of all of them staying in the right position so they don't die. But it looks like, I mean, can you see the middle there? Where? Maybe I can get to zoom. There we go. Like a million little petals coming in. And this is my infirmary. Where all the ones that needed some extra TLC. You can see that poor one needed beheading, honestly. I can't do it. Can't do it. They all need a little TLC. So, and then 2 more little rosettes here. I don't know what the names of these guys are. They're just so much fun to grow because I don't have to worry about them. That is going to be a honeysuckle bush. And we're going to take that to my dad's house and plant it on some trellis that he has. So, that's a foxglove right there. And then this, I'm not even sure what the name of the flower is. Hold on, let me see if I can pull the tag. It is Rudbeckus? I don't know. That one, but you see the colors are going to be gorgeous. So, we got some lemon balm, some lavender. Gonna be fun. I planted some whole strawberries in here. They were going bad in my fridge. Thought, you know, I'm just gonna experiment and see what happens. So, we'll see if anything grows. This is in this pot right here, I have some Brussels sprouts. I know these plants are going to get big and they're going to have to be separated, but I did not realize that next to one of these 3 guys, there was a little baby. Oh, look, there's another baby over there that I didn't see. And so I pulled him real quick, and I just put him in this container of soil that I had, Chloe, watch out, baby, that I had been collecting from all the succulents I was getting out of the soil they were in and putting in new.
Mama, look
So
at this onion
we'll see how that
down.
does. So I don't know how many of you do anything other than just vegetable gardening, but I do succulents, and I've recently started dabbling with some orchids. And mainly I do the orchids that are like $3 on the clearance rack that are dying, so that I can learn how to keep good care of them. And I'm a bargain shopper, so I'd much rather pay $3 for a $25 orchid than $25 for a $25 orchid. So I have been rescuing these things, and I have recently learned quite a bit about how to take care of an orchid. So here is my 3 that I have outside. I have one inside by my kitchen window in water culture, and that has been doing amazingly well, and she's actually growing a new leaf for me and a new root. So she really likes water culture. I have 3 others, one mini. They're all phals, so they're not anything exotic. They're just the grocery store orchids you find in the grocery store. Very common. They're also called moth orchids. The ones I have now are at the end of their flowering cycle, so the spikes are going to have to be cut off soon. But here, I'll show them to you. So this girl is just really pretty, nice deep purpley pink, and it's a mess of back out. I'm sorry. So down there I've got some orchid specific bark mix, and I've made sure that her crown is not inside the mix, because that is very important not to get super wet and keep that from getting rotted, basically. And if I pulled it out right now, it would be doing really well considering how much rain they've been getting, and it drains so fast. This is my little mini phal that those 2 blooms on the end have never opened. And so I'm pretty sure they won't ever open. Again, this is a clearance orchid, and you can see, I mean, like, look, there's the entirety of her root system right there. But because those ones on the top by the crown are all very healthy, I don't mess with them. I just kind of keep her there so that she has a home. And you can see some of these leaves kind of look wrinkled and leathery. They're very thick and leathery and plump when they're healthy. She has just come around to not being super yellow. So we're going to roll with it. And this cut on this leaf was fresh when I bought it. And she's healing up really nicely. These leaves are gorgeous. Of course, there's no more flowers on her spike though. And you can see it's starting to die back. Although, I won't cut that spike until all of it is completely dead, because baby orchids grow on spikes. They're called kikis. And if I get a kiki, I want to be able to put it in its own medium. So that's my 3 orchids here. And yeah, thought I'd share that. Here's the rest of my succulents. And I, like I said, just spent about 6 hours outside one day repotting these guys into decent growing medium. This guy is really cool, and like I said, this light doesn't really capture. It's like this blue purple on the outside and then this neon pink ridges. It's very, very pretty. This was $1 find at Home Depot. This was $1 find at Home Depot. This was $1 find at Home Depot. These were all, this one was as well, and this one is actually going to be this really gorgeous purple iridescent color. And some of these I got from Mountain Crest Gardens online, and they're specialty breeds, which again, don't remember the name, but they're beautiful, so I love them. This is the infamous Violet Queen, and she is going to be a very brilliant purple on the edges of her leaves, and it's gorgeous, like almost translucent green on the middle. So she gets really gorgeous colors in the extreme sun and extreme cold. One last look at my layout here I've got a mess of. It is just, oh, excuse the dog. It is just a mess right now since we're still kind of figuring out where we're putting things. I decided to save these peppers from those cups just to buy me some time because they were about to die off. So many of these guys are going to die if I don't get them into something. Like, look at all those tomatoes. They're huge in the cups. And then those squash, yellow squash and zucchini, and cantaloupe. If I don't do something soon, I'm going to have to start from seed again. And those are some peppers also. So we're trucking right along here, getting somewhere. Super excited about it all. So that is my garden update after, I guess this is about a month out since we started the channel. And I'm sorry, it's windy and cloudy. I don't even know if you can see me. Anyway, it's coming along. Doing nicely. I'm really excited about it all, and we're getting lots of green stuff growing. But, so yeah, I grow a few things. I love succulents because it's become more of a collection for me. Whereas gardening vegetables is fun because I see almost instant results. Succulents don't grow hardly. I mean, they grow, but they're just very, very slow. So any kind of damage is been coming for a few weeks before you see the results. So it's going to take several weeks before you see any healthy results too. So anyway, I love succulents just because they're so easy. Orchids are just kind of a learning curve for me, trying to stretch my gardening muscle a little bit. So that's my update. I hope you guys have a great week. Talk to you later.